Good morning. I'd like to give all praise to Yahawah by Shem Yahawah and I had to give salutations to the brothers and sisters who's keeping the truth, enduring to the end, and don't give up the faith. You know, this lesson right here is going to be about Susanna. All right, and I don't remember if I read this story about Susanna, but we're gonna read it today. So it's not too long. It's from verse 1. It's Susanna chapter 1, verse 1, all the way down to 64. So I hope you guys can bear with me. I just wanted to, read the story. I like to read the short stories because these are personal testimonies from these Israelites that went through some kind of affliction. And Job is one of them. Bel and the Dragon is one of them with Daniel. You have as many ones, man. Is the prayer of Azariah, different things, man. So let's just dive in the start, okay? Susanna, chapter 1, verse 1. There dwelt. First thing is, let me do not disturb. It says, there dwelt a man in Babylon called Jehoiakim, and he took a wife whose name was Susanna. So there was an Israelite man named Jehoiakim, or excuse me if I'm pronouncing it wrong, and he took on a wife named Susanna, the daughter of Chalcias, a very fair woman, and one that feared the Lord. So she was a fair woman. Fair woman mean like, she honored the Lord. She feared the Lord. She respected her peers, her family, friends. Did she have issues? Did she have any problems? And, was she emotional like a woman? Of course, but besides that part, she respected the Lord. She feared the Lord. So if she feared the Lord, then she respected her husband. You understand? But let's read on. Verse 3, her parents also were righteous and taught their daughter according to the law of Moses. So her parents, her mother and father, taught her son, their son or daughter, if they have any sons, the laws of Yahawah, man. They taught the commandments, taught them how to live moralistically, civil law, royal law, all these the laws that that's applied as an Israelite man and woman. Verse 4, now Jehoiakim was a great rich man and had a fair garden. So this man was a rich man. He was well off, very successful as an Israelite man. He had, probably good agricultural in his life, good farming, probably was in great shape, kept himself well, probably kept himself well groomed. Whatever, man, was a fair guy, and loving guy to the community. And, once an Israelite woman father sees that a young lady, he will see, okay, this man is the best fit for you because he honored the Lord, he's fair, he's kind, has meekness, has love, sincerity, you know what I'm saying? And that's the type of parent, that's the type of parent that want somebody good for their child. You don't want anybody just to get with your child that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Excuse my language, because there's a lot of people who's messed up out here in the world, man. People mind is not right. People are just off, man. They don't have no kind of empathy, sympathy. They have no respect. They're just lackluster. They are very slothful, very lazy. People are very greedy. People have a lot of wrath, pride. When you look at that word pride, we take the P off. The P off it is R-I-D. R-I-D-E. You know what I'm saying? Pride. Pride is riding, you down. You know what I'm saying? So, I just wanted to add that in there. I apologize for ranting. A fair garden joining unto his house, and to him resorted the Jews. because he was more honorable than all others. Okay, so he was more honorable than all others. He was more fit than all others. This man was a true man of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Verse 5. The same year were appointed two of the ancients of the people to be judges. So that same year that they're speaking of, it was two ancients, I mean two older men that was appointed to be judges of the nation of Israel, right? And to him resorted the Jews, because he was more honorable than all others. I'm sorry. The same year were appointed two of the ancient people to be judges, such as the Lord spake of, that wickedness came from Babylon from ancient judges who seemed to govern the people. All right. Verse 6. These kept much at Jehoshaphat's house, and all that had any suits in law came unto them. Verse 7. Now when the people departed away at noon, Susanna went into her husband's garden to walk. So people probably usually have meetings at his house, and you know discussing what's going to happen, for the day, or what's the decree that's being pushed forth at the time. It's like how we have a mayor. He have meetings in courtrooms and different places, and try to see what's best for the community, right? So Susanna, once it was over, she went into her husband's garden, right? Verse 8. And the two elders saw her going in every day and walking, so that their lust was inflamed towards her. So their lust, so they was watching this girl go inside the husband's garden to bathe, right? And first, let me say this: you see a woman that's taking care of herself. She's grooming herself. She's taking care of herself, washing her body, showering. And let me tell you, a lot of you Israelites in the black community, in our community, man, a lot of y'all don't bathe, man. A lot of y'all don't wash up. A lot of y'all don't take care of yourself. Hygiene is very important. I don't care what these so-called Jewish people say. Oh, we don't want to take deodorant, put on them, whatever. Well, then, guess what? Make your own deodorant. Make your own natural deodorant, or use something that's gonna compensate for you not smelling. You gotta take care of yourself, man. Hygiene is very important. You know what I'm saying? Your body releases pheromones, man. A lot of you women gotta take care of your body, man. You gotta eat right, sleep properly. Take care of your body. Take care of your body, man. Make sure your pH level is on point, especially for your husband. Especially for your husband, and and you gotta do the right thing, man. Gotta do the right things, okay? And going back to these men, they watching. First thing is, you guys are already sinning. You're watching this young lady. You lusting after her. Lust could be many things. It don't got to just only be about sex. Lust could be a desire to do something. But in this case, they're lusting after her. You know what I mean? She's a very, very beautiful woman. Verse 9, and they, give me 1 second. My bad, yo. I'm back, yo. I had to go to another location. Yeah, so we had two of these guys, these two old ancient judges who seem to govern the people, right? Verse 6, these kept much at Jehoshaphat's house. So Jehoshaphat didn't even realize that he had the fucking enemy in his motherfucking house. He didn't realize that these two wicked ass niggas was going to cause problems in his own home. That's why we tell you people, don't invite people in your home like that, because you don't know what kind of stuff people's bringing. He didn't suspect anything, but it was all part of the plan of Yahawah to show forth his power, to let you know how people can be in this planet. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't thought of it because Joseph was probably, he's a well-respected man, probably famous. People know who he is, very highly respected. And who was going to have the meetings at his home. You know what I'm saying? Okay. All right, let me see something. Where we at? You know what? Where the hell? I'm sorry. Okay. Verse 7. Now, when the people departed away at noon, Susanna went into her husband's garden to walk. Verse 8. And the two elders saw her going in every day and walking, so that their lust was inflamed toward her. I know I had already read this already, but, now I just wanted to reread it again. Verse 9. And they perverted their own mind and turned away their eyes, that they might not look unto heaven, nor remember just judgment. So they didn't care about the judgments. They didn't care what was going to be done in the spiritual world, in the heavens. They didn't care. They wanted to do what they wanted to do, and they felt that, that this woman was really, 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 something nice. She must have been, today the people say, oh, damn, man, she a baddie, man. She thick. She got the nice hips, the legs, and she probably work out, take care of herself, man. And he's been probably lusted out there because they probably couldn't find a woman like her in all of Israel, man. So, but you don't do that to a man's wife. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So they didn't care if they sinned. They didn't care if they went against the laws of God. They did not care. Verse 10. And albeit they both were wounded with her love. They were wounded with her love, man. They wanted her, man. They wanted to put it on her. Yet durst not one show another his grief. You know what I'm saying? Verse 11. For they were ashamed to declare their lust that they desired to have to do with her. So they was ashamed because they knew it was wrong. But they couldn't help the way they felt. So their desire was so much. We're going to see what's going to happen as more we read. Verse 12. Yet they watched diligently from day to day to see her. So now the sin is getting worse and worse. They can't take it no more. Verse 13. And that's what we tell you a lot of you people, don't fucking do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't motherfucking burn yourself with this fucking lust. You know what I'm saying? When you're not disciplined, your lust it gets worse and worse. That's why you gotta break soul ties and divorce yourself from a lot of these spiritual damnation, man, because it's gonna lead you into a bad state, and you don't want to go there. You know what I'm saying? And these guys didn't repent from it. You know what I mean? And the one said to the other, "Let us go now home, for it is dinner time." So they did this faithfully. You know what I'm saying? So it's sad, man. It's really, really sad, man. Verse 14. So when they were gone out, they parted the one from another, and turning back again, they came to the same place. And after that, they had asked one another in the cause. They acknowledged their lust. So they finally said, yo, man, I'm feeling this girl. You feeling her? Yeah, man. Yeah, bro. I'm feeling this. I'm feeling her, man. Man, listen, man, we got to have her. You know what I'm saying? And so this is the conversation that's probably going on with these dudes, man. I don't know exact verbatim word for word that they said, but I know the conversations that I see men do this. You know what I mean? Not exactly to this type of extent of a level, but men talk to each other, say, yo, man, shorty bad, man. Yo, son, that's that nigga wife. Damn, son, that nigga, yo, son, yo, what up? Yo, she looking good, B. That's the kind of conversations that men have. I don't like to talk about other men's wives, man. I don't get no fulfillment in that, man. I never really saw the thrill of doing those things. You know what I mean? Have I smashed a man's wife before? Yes, I have. I committed adultery, not knowing or caring or considering or understanding the law. You know what I'm saying? And even sometimes in the law, you may do it too, but your lust. Look at King David. But I never had like a thrill on, oh, I got to have her. No. You know what I'm saying? That's not even a part of my mind. The shit that we do, we all guilty of sin. So don't let no Israelite tell you that they the most perfect person in the world. They're not. We all go through something. We all have done wrong in the eyes of the Lord. And we're guilty as charged, man. So don't buy that victim card from anybody. You know, someone always telling you something righteous, not saying that they didn't do any wrong, because they got a lot of people that just very disciplined and to not sinning. They don't want sin in their life. You have those that do that. But in this world that we living in, society pushes so much sin, it's very hard to negate it, because every time you turn around, it's something here, something there, something over here, always putting us in a tight spot, okay? Okay, let's read on. All right, hold on. So they acknowledged their lust, then appointed day and time both together. No, I'm sorry. Let me verse 14. So when they were gone out, they parted the one from the other and turned it back again, and they came to the same place. And after that, they had asked one another the cause. They acknowledged their lust, then appointed their time both together when they might find her alone. So now they're planning on, like, all right, we both gotta be encouraged enough to test her to see if she's gonna. They want to see if she's gonna commit the act. You know what I'm saying? So they had to say, yo, man, we're gonna see what's good. You know what I mean? So they getting confident and bold. So once a man have the feeling and he think of the feeling, soon he's gonna react to the feeling. And then once you feel a sin, or you think about sin in your mind, the scripture tells us, so a man thinketh, so is he. So if you think this way, you're gonna become this. You know what I'm saying? You have to have a self-check. You got to check yourself. Like, nah, I can't do that. Shit is wrong. You know what I'm saying? So, give me 1 second. So, verse 15, and it fell out as they watched a fit time. She went in as before, the two maids only, and she was desirous to wash herself in the garden, for it was hot. So it was hot that day. She wanted to take a shower, right? She didn't even know that these guys were probably watching her. You know what I'm saying? She didn't even know. Because if she knew that these guys were watching her, then that means that she's doing it on purpose, and she would be sinning. You know what I'm saying? But she didn't know. All right? And these men are watching her get naked. You watching other men's wife get naked. It's wild, man. Verse 16, and there was nobody there save the two elders that had hid themselves and watched themselves. So there was nobody to say, yo, man, like any kind of security. Like, yo, man, what the hell are you doing back here? No. See, so they knew that. So she had servants that was hired, to take care of her and her husband, home, you know what I'm saying, to keep it upkept, you know what I mean? Verse 17, then she said to her maids, bring me oil and washing balls. You know, like the little washing ball that you put in the water, right? So she knows she's taking care of herself. And shut the garden doors that I may wash me. So she said she's gonna wash herself, and she want them to close the door so she can have a privacy, right? Verse 18, and they did as she bade them. So they listened to her and shut the garden doors and went out themselves at privy doors to fetch the things that she had commanded them. But they saw not the elders because they were hid. So they didn't see them. These guys was hidden very well. So they're already in the garden, all right? So I'm kind of assuming that there was a garden where it was wide enough where, you could walk in, you know what I'm saying? Verse 19. Now when the maids were gone forth, the two elders rose up and ran unto her, saying, see, they jumped up. This is a perfect time to go to her. Verse 20, behold, the garden doors are shut, that no man can see us, and we are in love with thee. Therefore, consent us and allow us. So they confront us. Say, yo, listen, yo, man, we want you, we like you, And mind you, these are two governing men that supposed to see fit what's best for Israel. So if these men is becoming corrupt because of their desire and their lust, how can you trust these men to be fair if men do the same thing like what they're doing? How can you trust a man? That means they're guilty as charged because they being a hypocrite. You see? So that's why you got to be very careful who you put into power, into place of Israel. Like you got guys like from IUIC and Nathaniel. I'm sorry, not Bishop, the General Nathaniel, and all sorts of kind of people, man. And even political leaders. You put these people in the wrong place, right? Well, you put them in the right place, but they have the wrong kind of judgment, and they hide it beautifully. But people can see, in due time that they're full of BS. So that's what we got to be very, very mindful. We got to be very careful of what we do, man. We got to be very careful, man, and who we put in place of power to rule the nation of Israel. That's why there's only one true king, and that's Yahawah B'Shem Yahushua, man. Yahushua, the only one that was righteous on this planet was Yahawah. And yes, we know that it was many righteous people. I'm talking about as a creator. He is the only righteous that have not sinned against the nation of Israel. He has not. He wanted to get rid of Israel. He wanted to do it at one point. Even the evil angels say, nah, man, look, man, they sinning, man. Fuck these people. Kill them. But the Lord didn't want to do that because His mercy and His love they have for us for so much. He knew that we was going to get it right at the end. He know that already about us. But through the midst of our wickedness and trials, He gets upset. But He knows deep down some of us going to get it right at the end, man. And He loved the nation of Israel. That's why you think He sent Yahawah to deliver us, man? Because a lot of us we need a deliverer, man. He's our deliverer. You know what I'm saying? He's like our doctor for the spirit, man. We need Him. Because without Him, man, we doomed, man. People crash out, man, because of their sin. You know how many people I knew that crash out and they let their sin control the best of them? Excuse me. I seen people lose their lives over senseless things. I seen people put themselves in harm's way, man. I seen people made big mistakes where they couldn't turn back and it was too late for them. Whether they getting time in jail for life or they, or whatever happened. People commit adultery, people die in the act of adultery. You can see there's cases like that, man. And there's even videos that was out where a man was sleeping with this lady and and they was in the bedroom, they was getting annoyed. The man barely even put his, I'm not trying to be graphic, put his rod in the girl, man. And as soon as he was going to start, the door bust open, boom! And the dude came with a knife and just started going crazy, started stabbing him. He stabbed him, but his focus was to get the girl, man. The dude ran out of there quick. He stabbed this girl. He stabbed this girl over 100 fucking times and killed her, man. And guess what he did? He ran out the door chasing the dude. So hopefully that dude wasn't so hurt to the point where he about to die, lose his life. Because if he dying, that man coming to kill. Because he already made up his mind, I'm going to kill you, man. Because the scripture tells us an adulterous man, right? He gonna lose his life, man. And an adulterous woman, they will lose their life, man. You don't do that to your fucking husband, man. You don't do that to your fucking husband, man. All right? And husband, don't do that to your wives sleeping with another man's wife, man. You adulterer, man. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's what that's to show you that a lot of our people don't have the maturity, the emotional maturity to walk away, man. Because if you kill someone in today's society in Babylon, they're going to arrest your ass. They don't care if you commit murder or adultery. They understand it. But they don't care about that. That's somebody else's family member. They will put you down. you will go down in jail. They might not give you life. They will say, all right, man, you know what, man? All right, 15 years, 10 years of life. You know what I'm saying? So we got to be very careful, man. You know, don't waste your time, man. All right. Let me finish reading. Verse 20, behold, the garden doors are shut. No, I'm sorry. Verse 21. If thou wilt not, we will bear witness against thee that a young man was with thee, and therefore thou didst send away thy maids from thee. So they basically telling her, if you don't lay with us, we're gonna lie on your name and say that we caught you with a young man in here, which wasn't a young man. I caught you with a young man, you know what I'm saying? Doing these things, you know what I'm saying? And it's really bad, man. It's really, really fucking bad. You know what I'm saying? Give me a second, guys. I'm sorry. So the guys said that they was gonna lie on the girl, man, do wrong to the girl. You know what I'm saying? And this what goes on, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know, so you got to be very careful, man. These guys were willing to lie on the girl, man. Now they bearing false witness. They about to put her bear false witness. Then they saying that she committed adultery to her husband. Then they saying that she's lying. So all these charges are brought up against her, and they're gonna say, "What witnesses do you have? If me and this man witnesses to you, right? To you, right? And he gonna vouch for me, I'm gonna vouch for him, right?" So she knew, she was like, "Oh shit, I'm fucked." 'Cause remember, back in those times, there are no cameras. You understand? There are no cameras. There are no cameras, man. There are no cameras in the play. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, how's she gonna prove her worth? You know what I'm saying? Verse. Let's see. Verse 22. Then Susanna sighed. She like, oh boy. She like, oh, what the fuck, man? You know what I'm saying? Stressing the girl out. And said, I am straightened on every side. She said, I ain't do them shit. I'm straight on every side. Because she believe in Yahawah. Yahawah know the truth. Yahawah know the truth. For if I do this thing, it is definite to me. So she said, if I do this with y'all, it's definite to me. She ain't saying she gonna do it because she's scared. She's letting it be known. If I do this, it's definitely upon me, because she knows that adultery is death, man. You know what I'm saying? For if I do this thing, it is definite to me. And if I do it, I cannot escape your hands. Right? So she said, either way, I'm fucked. She said, y'all can do whatever you want. I'd rather go out truthfully than to be scared and do it anyway, knowing that I'm still disloyal to my husband. Right? That's what she's thinking. Verse 23. It is better for me to fall into your hands and not do it than to sin in the sight of the Lord. See? So she said, either way, I'd rather not do it. I'd rather go into your hands to be accused that I did it than me sinning in the eyes of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Because she said, you're not going to trick me into doing that. I'm not going to do it. Now, that woman right there, loyalty. That woman loved the Lord. And she knows what happened when you do wrong. She saw people get judged. She's seen it. You know what I'm saying? And she don't want to be one of the ones to get judged, man. All right, hold on, guys. So verse 24. With that, Susanna cried with a loud voice, and the two elders cried out against her. All right, so she cried out loud, you know what I'm saying? And the elders too, right? Verse 25, then ran the one and opened the garden door. Verse 26, so when the servants of the house heard the cry in the garden, they're like, yo, what the fuck is going on back there? You know what I'm saying? You know how Israel is. Israel's like, yo, what's going on? What the deal? They rushed in at the privy door to see what was done to her. So they gotta know what's going on. They don't know if this girl under attack or what. They gotta see what is going on, right? Verse 27, but when the elders had declared their matter, right? Hold on, give me one. Verse 27, but when the elders had declared their matter, so now they telling what happened, right? The servants were greatly ashamed, for there was never such a report made of Susanna, right? So they never heard anything like this of her. So the people like, what? You know, so they were like, yeah, that's what happened. You know, so they gotta believe them. Remember, these are the two governors, you know, that judge, that, you know, that's appointed to be a judge over Israel at this time. Verse 28, and it came to pass the next day, when the people were assembled to her husband Jehoiakim, the two elders came also, full of mischievous imagination against Susanna, to put her to death. So even her own husband, like he tried to figure out what the fuck going on. And once they saying that, so he got to be like, yo, she said, man, we got to put her to death. So can you imagine a man, what kind of man going through that? And in his mind, he got to believe his woman and she's not cheating, fucking around on him. You know, that fuck with his mind. Because now he's going to be embarrassed. Now he looking at, now people looking like, oh, this nigga getting cheated on. They're like, wait a minute, this great man, how can this be? You know what I'm saying? You know, they love each other, you know what I'm saying? He showed forth that he loved his wife, you know what I'm saying? She showed forth that she loved her husband. So they was like, people in their mind, like, pit her to death, like, before they do, they gotta find out. Now, before they do that, man, they gotta find out, because she's well liked and respected in the nation of Israel. You know what I'm saying? And it just something just wasn't right. Verse 29, and said before the people, send for Susanna, the daughter of Chalcias, Jehoiakim's wife, and so they sent. So the people like, yo, go get her, man. You know what I'm saying? Go get her. But let me tell you something about today's society with the nation of Israel. It's so wicked and it's so off, is that people, right? People in today's society, especially in the ghettos of America where the Jews resort, a lot of them are so wicked in their sin, they're not going to do what the nation of Israel done to a degree of like this. Don't get me wrong. If someone's caught in the act of that, you see people screaming out, oh, yeah, you motherfucker, you going to sleep with that nigga? You hear things like that. Now, when it gets to the point where a dude get ready to murder or try to murder, or if someone can see us stop it, there will be a scene. But there's no full judgment as far as like to bring him front of court, because at the moment, because we're not ruling. Esau is ruling. But let me tell you something. There's been times where you see the nation of Israel and the community stick together and beat a nigga's ass for doing wicked. I've seen it, where you had this dude, he murdered a young woman, lived in the projects in Manhattan, right, in New York City, where I'm from, in Manhattan, in I think it was either Lower East Side or Spanish Harlem, one of them places, and they in the projects, and I'm watching this on film. I did a video on this. It's on my channel. The dude murdered the girl, dragged the girl body in broad daylight in a big bag. So I'm not trying to laugh, but it's crazy. He had the nerve, the audacity to drag the body in a big body bag, drag the young girl and put it in the garbage site, right? Shit is crazy. And then guess what? He copped a plea of insanity. They was going to kill this dude. So when the police come down with him, that was the only way to get out. And this man had a rap sheet of charges of doing all kind of foolishness. The whole community was out there. They was beating on him. They was poking that nigga. They was punching him. they almost knocked the damn stretcher down, the gurney down, man, because they try to protect this man. They try to put him in the ambulance. The man tried to plead. The police was trying to block it. That's dangerous because now a police could get hurt in the process of that, because now they're gonna get stabbed in the process. You don't know what you're getting stabbed with. You don't know. People throwing punches. There's so many fists and kicks. People kicking it. And they want to kill this man. So Israel could stone you to death too, man. In many ways. Not a little stone, but they could stone you in many ways, man. They could jump you, kill you. They could do any kind of thing. The whole community could come at you, throw you out the community. Yo, I've seen this happen in the projects where any Jews resort at, where Israel resort at, and if you commit some kind of hideous crime, you will get judged for it tremendously. And no, they ain't gonna wait for police. And sometimes the dudes are so scared because they know they're doing wrong. They want to get away with their sin, so they call police to back them up. This is how wicked, Esau's system is. They protect wicked niggas for getting dealt with. You know what I'm saying? If this is the time of old when Israel was ruling, there's no police to protect you. You're gonna get put to death. And this is what Susanna's living in. There's no protection of police to help her. Was there police? Sure, of course, I'm quite sure. But not how Esau do it. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, this is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be very careful, man. You know what I'm saying? But let me see. But let me read 27 again. It said, but when the elders had declared their matter, the servants were greatly ashamed, for there was never such a report made of Susanna. So there's no kind of report. I had to go back to verse 27 because there's no kind of report of her being a whore, sleeping with many dudes, having bodies on bodies, just doing, all kind of filth, and that women do. Women manipulate, they cheat, they steal, they lie, they do all these things. But for a woman of her stature, you couldn't accuse the girl like that, man. I know sometimes us brothers, could, we get frustrated, and sometimes we could say something that may not be true, but at the same time, we ain't put it past nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's not wrong with being wrong. Brother can apologize. But let me tell you something. 9 out of 10, it'd be the right fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? But with this girl, in her case, though, how she was moving, she took care of the community, being loving, she was kind, she was sweet, she was very helpful, her mannerisms was probably, outstanding. She was very loved by the community, by children. People love her, man. She didn't give her parents no problems. I'm not saying she didn't have problems, but the way that the story is being told, that there's no such report of her doing things like this. You know what I'm saying? So she ain't doing things like that. I'm quite sure she was doing the best that she can in the law. You know what I'm saying? Verse 29, they went to go get her. Verse 30, so she came with her father and mother, her children, and all of her kindred. So she even got children. And her mother and father had to come. This is how serious this shit was. You know what I'm saying? Shit is crazy. Verse 31. Now Susanna was a very delicate woman and beauteous to behold. She was very beautiful. She was a very delicate woman. She was very easygoing. She wasn't loud and stubborn. She was very calm. She was confident that she knows she didn't do these things. All right? But, hold on. Guys, I'm going to have to stop right there, and I'm going to finish up. But I finished up around lunchtime. And we'll see what verse I was at, 32. I'll finish up, and we'll continue on, okay? But I got to go to work. I got to finish. All right, y'all, I'm back. So like I was saying, verse 30, five, and she weeping, looking up to heaven, for her heart trusted in the Lord. So her heart was just in pain. It was just hurt, because she just couldn't stand why these two guys would just put her through this situation, man. And all she wanted to do was just mind her business. But you got to understand something about being one of the Lord's favorite, man, and elect, he got to put his elect through something, man, to show forth his miracle, man. Because what is it without a miracle for something for us to go through something? And we need something. We got to be tested like tried. I mean, we got to be tested like gold in the fire, man. We got to be tried, man. You know what I'm saying? So she just couldn't understand. Like, she's like, why me out of all people? Because the Lord had highly favor for her, man, and He knew that she was still gonna be loyal to the Lord and not do the Lord wrong in any sense, man. And she was gonna be loyal to the end and to her husband, whatever the outcome was, Verse 36, and the elders said, as we walked in the garden alone, this woman came in with 2 maids and shut the garden doors and sent the maids away. So now they're lying on the maids and they're lying on a young lady. Verse 37, then a young man who there was his. So they saying there was a man already there, right? A young man came unto her and lay with her. So basically they saying that they saw her laying down with the young man. So my question is, what are you doing? What is you doing in there with them? You know what I'm saying? What kind of freaky shit is this? Verse 38, then we that stood in the corner of the garden, seeing this wickedness, ran into them. So that's their story. Their story is that they ran upon them and addressed them, and they, knowing who she was, a wife, you know what I'm saying? So now you got her children looking crazy out here, her husband, her mother and father. Y'all niggas, you got people that put you through that type of anguish, man. Sometimes you got to clear your motherfucking name. People wrong, man, And this is what was going on with her. The young lady, Susanna, a beautiful woman, I might be wrong. I think she might be from the tribe of Ephraim. She might be from the tribe of Simeon. I'm not too sure. If a brother see this, maybe he can correct me. But I think she was from one of those tribes. I think she was a northern tribe, or I think Judith was. Yeah. One of the sisters was from the tribe of Simeon. Let me read this. Verse 38. Verse 39. And when we saw them together, the man we could not hold. They said he couldn't hold him, for he was stronger than we. So they saying now the man was stronger than them, right? And opened the door and leaped out, and he jumped out. Oh, man, and he leaped out. See, niggas be lying, man. Lying on a cootie cat, lying on a young lady. And, come on, man. It's unnecessary. You don't got to do all that, man. Verse 40. But having taken this woman, we asked who the young man was. But she would not tell us these things do we testify. So now they saying that she wouldn't even. Their story sounds so believable that everything that they trying to say or do, they're answering the question, they're making up the question as they go on, and by answering it so that she have nothing else to say or speak on. You know what I mean? So it keeps her like, oh damn, fuck, I'm fucked, right? Verse 41. Then the assembly believed them. So the people believed the 2 elders what they were saying. They believed them, right? Believed them as those that were the elders and judges of the people, so they condemn her to death. They said, now fuck her, put her ass to death. Because a lot of men, they like to hear when a woman cheat on their man. Men don't like that shit. Because as a man, you're the leader. The woman, oh my goodness, this nigga done. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. So my bad, y'all. I was trying to get something here, at the store. The dude, he done gave me something wrong here. But I'm alright. I'm good though. I'm good. Yeah. So I apologize for that. So yeah. So yeah, they wanted to put the girl to death, man. Verse 42. Then Susanna cried out with a loud voice and said, O everlasting God, that knoweth the secrets and knows all things before they be. So they know, she knew that the Lord knew already about her. The Lord knew already not to get placed on judgment like that. They knew this already, right? Excuse me, the Lord knew this already. So she said, please, Lord, you know the truth. You know the truth, please. Verse 43, thou knowest that they have borne false witness against me. See, bearing false witness, that's breaking the law. Bearing false witness, you know. And that's a very, very thing, because you're tarnishing someone's image and you're doing somebody wrong, man. You know what I'm saying? Come on. And behold, I must die, whereas I never did such things as these men have maliciously invented against me. So she didn't do these things, man. You know what I'm saying? Verse 44. And the Lord heard her voice, or he heard her. Verse 45. Therefore, when she was led to be put to death, the Lord raised up the Holy Spirit of a young youth whose name was Daniel. Verse 46, who cried with a loud voice, I am clear from the blood of this woman. Right? Verse 47, then all the people turned them toward him and said, what mean these words that thou hast spoken? Verse 48, so he standing in the midst of them said, are ye such fools, ye sons of Israel, that without examination or knowledge of the truth, ye have condemned a daughter of Israel? He said, you done put this lady, through hell without even trying to find out why and even investigate. You just went along with what they say. He said that this girl's innocent. You guys make her guilty as charged. And now the people looking at him like he fucking stupid. Daniel is like being a lawyer, a messenger, a mediator to help her, man. The Lord's put a spirit on him to help her. But watch this. Verse 49. Return again to the place of judgment, for they have borne false witness against us. So Daniel believed her, because he is of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So when you got someone that was the Lord and she's of the Lord, it's only right for them two to work together. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. So, sorry, I'm back. Verse 50. Wherefore all the people turned again in haste. They were like, because they knew he was right. He made a point. And the elders said unto him, come, sit down among us and show it us, seeing Yahawah have given thee the honor of an elder. So now they're being arrogant. Now they're being, then show us then that God dealing with you. See, the pride. Okay. Verse 51. Then said Daniel to them, put these two aside, one far from one another, and I will examine them. So that's how he comes to realization and determination to determine how he's going to deal with them, right? Watch this. Which was smart by Daniel. Verse 52. So when they were put asunder one from another, he called one of them and said unto him, O thou art waxed old in wickedness. He said, you, old wickedness, man. Now thy sins which thou hast committed aforetime are come to light. Now your sins are come to light now. Because since you blew it up, you made it hot. Now we're gonna put you on the forefront. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna put you into the midst of this trouble, right? Right? We're gonna put you in the midst of being judged now. Excuse me. Verse 53, for thou hast pronounced false judgment, and hast condemned the innocent, and hast let the guilty go free. Howbeit the Lord said, the innocent and righteous shall thou not slay. Verse 54, now then, if thou hast seen her, tell me, under what tree sawest thou them companion together? Since you said he was there, what tree? Right? Who answered? One guy said, under a mastic tree. Now, he said, under a mastic tree, right? That's what the first guy said. Because then you got to build the case up, because now he got to set this girl free. because she's on her way to death, man, and she's guilty as charged. But they're not going to let the guilty go away. They're the true guilty ones. But as you're going to find out. Verse 55, and Daniel said, very well, thou hast lied against thy own head. For even now the angel of Yahawah have received the sins of Yahawah to cut thee in two. Okay? Verse 56, so he put him aside. See, so he's saying, if you're lying, this is going to happen to you. To cut thee, he's going to cut y'all, and he's going to cut y'all. Right? Watch this. So he put them aside. So he put him aside, the first man he dealt with, and commanded to bring the other, and said to him, O thou seed of Chanaan, and not of Judah, beauty hath deceived thee, and lust hath perverted thine heart. Right? Verse 57. Thus have ye dealt with the daughters of Israel, and they for fear company with you, but the daughter of Judah would not abide your wickedness. So you saying that you saying all these things about her, right? But for some reason you saying that you mad because she didn't want to partake in your sins. So now you falsifying against the girl, right? We see this all the time in a lot of crime investigations where people lie about certain things, you know what I'm saying? But at the end they get caught, you know what I mean? Or sometimes they confess. Verse 58, now therefore tell me, under what tree didst thou take them company together? Who answered, under an home tree. So he knew they was lying. He knew both of them was lying, because they have two different answers. One said a massive tree, and one said a home tree. Verse 59. Then Daniel said to him, well, thou hast also lied against thy own head, for the angel of Yahawah waiteth with the sword to cut thee in two, that he may destroy you. He gonna cut him down, man. Verse 60. With that all, the assembly cried out with a loud voice and praised Yahawah, who saved them that trusted in him. So now the people were justified and knew that these niggas was lying, man. Verse 61. And they arose against the two elders. They said, man, oh yeah, these niggas want to lie? All right, watch this shit. You know how Jake is in the hood. Oh, word, them motherfuckers was lying all the time. Yo, man, go get that nigga, B. Go get him. You know, that everybody's gonna come together as a unit, as a team, and they come for you, man. Right? For then you had convicted them of false witness by their own mouth. So they convicted them, and they was guilty, man. You know. In verse 62, and according to the law of Moses, they did unto them in such sort as they maliciously intended to do to their neighbor, and they put them to death. Thus the innocent blood was saved the day. Verse 63. Therefore Chalcius and his wife praised Yahawah for their daughter Susanna, with Joachim her husband, and all the kindred, because there was no dishonesty found in her. She was made beautiful, man. You know, like how the Lord didn't find any blemish inside Mary when she had to bring forth Yahawah, man. You know, from her husband Joseph. Just like how he chose Esther, how he chose some of these women of the scriptures, man. They was honorable women, man. You know what I'm saying? Judith and, you know, all these beautiful women, man. It's lucky. There was no dishonesty found in her. So that's what men today look for. Well, honesty in women. Don't be dishonest. Be honest, because that's your best policy. You know what I'm saying? It's to make sure that you won't get caught in a trap. Verse 64. From that day forth was Daniel had in great reputation in the sight of the people. All right. So with that being said, you know, I just wanted to share that video with y'all, and I hope it was edifying to y'all. And I hope you learn a lesson from this, man. You know, be careful of who you deal with. Be careful who you're around. Be careful who you tell your emotions to, because people will use you against you, and people will do these things, man. So just be careful. With that being said, shalom.